Hello guys and welcome to another video of NIO Source. I usually do not talk very much about NIO stock, because I don't like other content creators giving price predictions taken out of thin air with no real backing behind them. So in this video I won't talk about the direction the stock is going, but I will summarize what happened during the last days and even months and what are some of the key drawdown for the stock price falling as it did. So let's get started. Number 1. VIE structure risk. NIO and also other Chinese companies are listed on the New York Stock Exchange as so-called ADRs. But what is an ADR? ADRs are American depository receipts, which are negotiable certificates issued by a U.S. depository bank representing a specified number of shares, usually of a foreign company's stock, like in the case of NIO, a Chinese stock. Now what's the problem with these ADRs? Well, most of the ADRs are listed via a VIE, variable interest entities, structure, which basically allows a Chinese company to seek for additional funding, but domestic laws prevent a foreign investment. Therefore, Chinese companies sign an agreement with a foreign shell company based on the Cayman Island, for example, to provide them investments in exchange for revenue from the Chinese company. This basically allows foreign investors to hold a controlling interest in a company without the voting privileges that they would typically have. What exactly is now the problem with those ADR or VIE companies? There are rumors that China wants to close these kind of foreign listing loopholes. Will this mean NIO and other Chinese companies would have to delist because of this? Well, I cannot tell. This was already in talks during December 2021 and also caused Chinese ADRs to plummet back then. So the VIE structure is one reason why there is so much fear and uncertainty among Chinese stocks listed in the US. Number 2. US regulatory risk. On December 18, 2020, the Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act became law. This law requires the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, short PCAB, to identify public companies that have retained a registered public accounting firm to issue an audit report. Under the HFCAA, the PCAB has the responsibility for determining that it is unable to inspect or investigate completely a registered public accounting firm or a branch or office of such a firm because of a position taken by an authority in a foreign jurisdiction. If a company is identified as such, it has the 3-year grace period to comply with the HFCAA standards, or otherwise it will be delisted. If this is the case, then the companies would have to release their audit papers. The problem here is that the Chinese regulators do not allow the companies to present these audit papers to the SEC. So the identified company will be delisted unless China and US reach a resolution before the deadline. At the moment, NIO has not been identified as such a company. But more and more companies are being identified by the PCAB. The latest list of issuers under the HFCAA has the following companies identified: Beijing Limited, Yum China Holdings Incorporated, Zai Lab Limited, ACM Research Incorporated, Huchent China Limited. All those companies have been identified on March 8, 2022. This is the main reason why all the Chinese listed ADRs have fallen dozens of % over the last weeks, because there are fears that there will be more identifications in the future. You see that if I talk about the stock and the reason why the stock price changed over the last time period, I give you guys the facts needed to justify everything. The reasons listed are not my personally thoughts, but it is the actually state of how it currently is, based of facts and officials only. If you did not until now, I hope that now you see why this channel is called NIO Source. The links to the topics can be found below if you would like to learn more about them. I hope that I could give you guys a better insight of why the Chinese stocks have fallen so far lately, and I hope too that you have a great day, and until next time.